Adapting to dyslexia. Dyslexia is hereditary. Children can have approximately 50% chance of having dyslexia if one parent has it, and 100% chance if both parents have it.
I struggled in middle school a lot. I didn't really know why. I wasn't really getting good grades. I wasn't doing well. I wasn't confident about my schoolwork. I was tested in 8th grade and I learned that I had dyslexia.
Well, when Jack was little and first learning to read, he seemed to struggle a bit more with remembering words. We worked through a word. It might be a fairly common word, and then there'd be the same word a sentence later, and he would have to go through the whole process of kind of sounding out again. So he wasn't really retrieving it. We didn't think a whole lot of it at the time, but we noticed it when he was younger. And it wasn't until he got to about year 6 when the workload kind of increased dramatically that he was struggling to kind of keep up with the workload. And then we suggested and demanded that he be tested from a whatever it's called, a psych ed report, a full workup. And at that point, we discovered that he had processing issues.
20% of the population is affected by dyslexia. Yet many schools struggle to diagnose and support students who desperately need specialized learning.
The first thing we did was we moved him out of the English system into the U.S. system. We moved to the U.S. Where they, are more kind of developed in terms of thinking about how to address special needs children.
From grades 1 to 4, it's kind of like learning how to read. And then from grades maybe 4 on or somewhere around that age, it's like reading to learn. So some kids get stuck in how to read and spend so much time trying to decode and figure out what they're reading that they're not really comprehending as well, because they're still struggling with trying to basically read and decode. They don't make the transition into reading to learn so much because they're stuck at that kind of word level and sentence level and such.
With reading comprehension especially, I was reading things when we would be assigned books and articles, and I just wasn't taking in the information at all. I just wasn't getting anything. So in high school, I worked with a teacher in the SLD department.
But with English, I got frustrated and I would read stuff and I wouldn't comprehend, and I would write stuff and it just wouldn't make any sense. So I got very frustrated, but now I just kind of accept it and I've learned how to write better, read better.
In many cases, once you explain to the student, what are the academic strengths, what are the academic weaknesses, how do they play off one another, and try to give them some reasons for why, language may be difficult, or math may be difficult, or instruction may be difficult.
It did explain why I had all these kind of learning issues and difficulties doing well in school.
And really what we start to do is start to challenge their thinking and also explain to them what in fact is really happening. That it is not a matter of stupidity. You tell them that, and oftentimes it's a brain thing. It's just in terms of how you're wired. That's the biggest thing, is you don't apologize for how your brain is kind of wired and such. In fact, you kind of embrace it, and then if you need to go and explain to people, know that if you're going to talk at me 100 miles an hour, I'm not going to get something. I really could appreciate something, maybe some visual references, or if you can at least talk about this is kind of how I learn, how can you help me out here? And ask for the things you need. And then kids start to realize that, oh, I can do this.
I feel like at this time in my life, I've had it for a while and I've kind of accepted it for a while, that there's nothing now that would change.
And we've kind of encouraged him to be a self-advocate as well. It's important for people with learning issues to speak up if they don't understand something, or if they need extra time, or if they need things to explain to them, go talk to the teachers and kind of demand to have the things that he needs provided to him.
Take great care with whatever your personal experience was about your education, about your learning. Just going to take care not to assume, expect, and be disappointed if your child is not progressing as you did. validate the kid.
Dyslexia is a lifelong issue. There is no cure. Dyslexic children grow up to be dyslexic adults. But there are strategies to help dyslexics lead successful lives.